Mad Mike session. So this is one interesting conversation that we're going to have today. I told you about the quarterback positions. This is something that I hold dear. This is something that I absolutely love, and I take this seriously in regards to just the position itself and how I strive to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, regardless of how anybody feels. We do the truth around here, okay? And one of those conversations that I've had for the last week or so, it's been ramped up, to say the least. It's definitely been ramped up. A lot of fans of not only one as OG Sam, aka Mr. White, he likes to say Lamar Jackson. A lot of people like to say that, he's an elite quarterback. Well, I beg to differ. We beg to differ. And is he headed to that? Is he headed that way? Probably so. As far as a quarterback, he's a pretty good quarterback. But to put him on that elite status, today I'm going to debunk all the narratives in regards to the numbers. All right, we like to do numbers. I told you we do the fastest stats and the truth, and I'm going to give you a visual representation of that truth. Okay, it's nothing personal. It really isn't anything personal. And I was privileged to some information in regards to a comment that was left on the video, and we've been getting a lot. All right, so let me see if I can pull that particular video up so I can kind of give you guys an idea of what we've been placed with. Okay, so this is what we've been placed with. All right, so yeah, he brought up that, but I'm gonna get to that comment. So I'm gonna read a few comments off right now. All right, who is this silly dude? Does he even watch? Lamar gets criticized more than any quarterback. Who is this lame? That's kind of real funny that Lamar Jackson gets criticized more than any quarterback. But never more. All right, we got more. Oh, believe me, we got more. Another guy, Drizzy, says, man, what a goofy channel. Timothy says, this is corny. And then another comment says, the people feel he is a top quarterback because they are entertained by the way he plays. Playoffs, win or not, they are not going to change their mindset. Like I said weeks ago, beating a dead horse, blah, 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 nonsense. So that's not the comment that I want to talk about. It's this one. So this particular comment, and let's break it all the way down. Okay, we're gonna break this down. This is a silly analysis. So to go back to the video where it says, the elite hypocrisy. Okay, so the thing is with elite, what we stated is that on one hand, I think we all can agree, if you're going to be elite, you got to do something the best. I think that's one qualification, that you have to be the best, or you have to be in the top echelon, or the upper echelon of quarterbacks. This isn't a rule that Mad Mike or Sam or anybody came up with. All right, we didn't make this. These are just facts. Okay, I didn't come up with these rules when we talk about elite quarterback play. Well, you have to be in the top of your game, in regards to your stats. That's just the way it's always been. You can't say you're the greatest home run hitter when you got 15 home runs. You can't say you're the greatest pitcher of all time and you really don't pitch that well in big moments. You really don't win championships. These are things that just are so. These are facts. So when we talk about we talk about the elite hypocrisy in regards to Lamar's aka Mr. Lamar Jackson. These aren't things that we're making up. The evidence is there in itself, right? So it's a silly analysis to say that there's an elite hypocrisy. I can even make the argument, is Lamar Jackson the best scrambling quarterback in the game right now? I can really make that argument right now, because there's a guy in Buffalo right now. He literally won games with his legs. Okay, let me say that again. He beat he beat the world champions with his fucking legs. So there is even a debate in regards to Lamar Jackson being the best rushing quarterback of all time. He already got a 2 to 3 year head start on Josh Allen. Who's to say that Josh Allen, when it all's done, he can not only be up there in regards to the rushing yards for the quarterback position, but maybe he breaks Michael Vick's all-time record. I think I can say that in all honesty, that Josh Allen could very well be right there. In fact, if you just look at a lot of his numbers in Josh Allen, when we talk about, his rushing yards, as a matter of fact, let me pull those up real quick, because Josh Allen, like I said, he won the game himself. He won the game himself. And I say it again, he won the game himself with his legs. And he's already, at the current moment, he's sitting at, which is interesting in itself. Looking at his numbers, Josh Allen, his rushing yards as a quarterback, his passing yards, you got the fantasy thing. Okay, so Lamar, he's already rushed for 3,900 yards as a quarterback. Okay, let me say that again. These guys came in around the same. So this man has already rushed for 3,900 yards as a quarterback. So we can literally make the argument, is Lamar Jackson really the GOAT when we talk about, or the best when we talk about the quarterback position and him being the greatest running quarterback of all time? I mean, we can literally make that argument. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is Lamar Jackson really even the best rushing quarterback of all time compared to a guy like Matt Ryan, good God almighty, Michael Vick. And then you look at who's ironically the greatest of all time, the greatest rushing quarterback of all time, Michael Vick. But I stand corrected. And Lamar Jackson, he'll soon break that record. And then you got Josh Allen again. Josh Allen is right there when you talk about the rushing yard. So this is one of the things where I say your emotions don't matter. The facts, the stats, and the truth matter. The facts, the stats, and the truth is what matter. I really hate to burst a lot of people's bubble because you feel the way that you do about Lamar Jackson. All right, you can't be. How you doing, Eddie? How you doing? Robert Ponder, Michael, Xavier, how you doing? So he said the analysis is even silly in regards to Lamar Jackson. All right, every single time the Ravens lose a game, the morning sports talk shows talk about him like he's the worst player in the league. Well, no. They're tired of him losing in the playoffs. They're tired of him coming up short. Like you can't be sitting there with 2 MVPs and then every time you need him to do something spectacular or come up big time, he falls short every single time. My thing is, why can't you say that Lamar Jackson is overrated? Why can't you say that he's not a champion? Why can't you say these things? Why is it that you look at Lamar Jackson, and granted, this team in itself, everybody's foot is so far up his behind right now. They don't even look at the interesting year that Derrick Henry is having. Okay, this dude then what? I think he got like 1,500 yards rushing, and we up here talking about Saquon Barkley. Derrick Henry is having he's literally having one of his best seasons as a running back, and nobody's saying that he's an asset to that team. Our butts are so far up, our heads are so far up that man's butt, that man's rectum is crazy. Nobody's saying nothing about Derrick Henry. It's like he's an afterthought on that team. He's lost to teams that he shouldn't be losing to. If you're an MVP, you shouldn't be putting up 200 yards passing in the game. Look, you can say what you want to say about it, but these are the facts of the matter. He's 2-4 in the playoffs where he's played pretty freaking bad. He's put up less than 200 and a lot of these guys. So when you look at the fact, when you talk about Lamar Jackson, it's like you say that the morning talk shows like to talk to him like he's the worst player in me. No, that's not. They're critiquing him. That's what you're supposed to do. Especially with a guy that has 2 MVPs and he could be headed to a third one because he got 30 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. I always said the best thing about Lamar Jackson is he doesn't, besides fumbling the ball, he doesn't throw a lot of interceptions. I'll definitely give him that. But you can't, he has to be held liable for the lack of, he has to be held liable for what he done or he hasn't done. Why is it that Matt Ryan gets criticized for not winning the Super Bowl and you can't even bring up the fact that Lamar has not even been to a Super Bowl with 2 MVPs? I don't know too many MVPs that have actually won an MVP and they've never even been to a Super Bowl. Yet alone had 2 of them back to back, and we talking about he never even been to it. And I really have to look that up because I don't know too many quarterbacks that have had won 2 Super Bowls, okay, 2 MVPs and never been to a Super Bowl. Right off the top of my head, I can't even think of a guy that hasn't done that. These are things that you have to have this conversation. And again, this isn't This isn't something that I'm making up. These are the facts. And like I said, I'm gonna get to the conversation on the numbers. I'm gonna definitely get to the numbers. And I told y'all about Bryce Young. Landon, I'm glad you're here as a Carolina fan. I actually did a video and I said about maybe a month ago that y'all was wasting time with that red rifle at quarterback. He should have been playing from the very beginning. He needed experience and he needed snaps. And here we go right now. Bryce Young is playing so much better as a quarterback. Y'all gonna learn to listen to the quarterback. All right, I'm the self-proclaimed quarterback guru. I call myself that. Most of the things that I talk about when a quarterback, I can honestly sit here and say about 95% of the time, it happens. If I say it happens. I told y'all about Bryce Young. What he is and what he needs to work on. Talked about his game. I told you about Bo Nix. Everybody looked at me and laughed at me when I said Bo Nix could be a very good quarterback in the NFL if he learns not to turn the ball over. I told y'all about that. I told you so. I told you about Desmond Ridder and what he is and what he isn't. I told you about Matt Ryan. I can keep going on and on and on about quarterbacks. So he's literally one of the most accomplished accomplished players in NFL history for his age. I don't give a flying fuck about his age. I don't give a fuck about his age. Suck an elephant's left nipple with that. Oh, he's only 20s. I don't give a damn about his age. It's about the football. It's about being on the fucking field. Oh, he's only doing it for 20s. Fuck that. Want to hear that bullshit about some fucking age? What the fuck age got to do with fucking playing on the fucking field? Y'all say some stupid ass shit. I know some motherfuckers. I know some kids that 10 years old and they going to fucking Harvard, but you up here using that bullshit ass excuse. He's only doing it for 27 years. Shut the fuck up. Want to hear that whack ass shit? That shit whack as fuck up here talking about he's only doing it for 27. The fuck I care about his fucking age. That lame ass shit. For fucking 27 years old. I know motherfuckers that were fucking rich at the age of 5 years old. You stupid son of bitches up here talking about he's only doing this for 27 years. He's 27 years old. He's the most accomplished student at 27. The fuck I care. LeBron James was in the NBA at 18 years old. Say that bull crap sucking ass nut licking ass shit from Lamar Jackson. Say that bullshit. For somebody who gives a fuck about his age. The fuck I care about some fucking 27. He's the most excuse me, my pop's gonna probably be in here telling me to calm down. But get out of here with that bullshit. That shit weak as fuck to sit up here and talk about somebody's age and he's the one of the most accomplished quarterbacks. No, the fuck he not. He won 2 MVPs. I know quarterbacks that won 3 and played before. What the fuck we talking about? The most accomplished. That whack ass shit. I know quarterback Randall Cunningham, Steve McNair done been to a Super Bowl. I know guys like we got guys like Donovan McNabb has done more statistically than Lamar Jackson has, and y'all don't give them no credit. But as soon as the Negro can spin, run forth or run a 4-3 and throw the ball to 15 tight ends, y'all just get up. Man, please, get the fuck out of my face with that whack ass shit. Up here talking about fucking age. He's the most accomplished guy at the age. Fuck out of here. Whack ass shit. And I'm about to show y'all how fucking stupid this is. And I really do not, and I wish nothing but the best. I really would, because if anybody knew anything about me, I'm actually, I was a huge, and I still root for the Baltimore Ravens. I was rooting for them when they moved. When Art Modell decided he wanted to take Cleveland because he wasn't getting what he wanted, he took the team to Baltimore. Yeah, I knew about that too. Some of y'all don't even know y'all Baltimore history, but you think Lamar Jackson is the greatest Raven of all time. Like, get out of here with this nonsense. You don't even know who the general manager, team president, y'all know nothing about that, but you sit up here and all on Lamar Jackson. That's the only reason why you even watch the Ravens, because of him. But you want to come at me and talk about, oh, you so lame. It's so lame. Fuck out of here with this nonsense. Whack ass. Y'all some whack motherfuckers, because look, y'all can't even bring some fucking truth and some facts to the matter. No, I'll take that back. You bring some fucking truth, and the only fucking two truths y'all even bring is he's 27. He's only 27. He won 2 MVPs. He runs really, really fast. He throws touchdowns. So the only motherfucking thing you can't say. You can't put champion. You can't say he clutch. You can't say none of that. All the stuff that actually matters, you can't even say that about him. And I hope this guy does win a championship. I really do. But say the bullshit for somebody who fucking, you can sell that goofy shit too. Motherfuckers selling all you fake ass plasma TV, bitch. I want the real thing. No, Aaron Rodgers is not a failure. He actually won his fucking Super Bowl. Fuck out of here. Well, here you go. About to bend over backwards. I ain't even touched the doorknob, and they're already bending over backwards for Lamaris. Damn, let the motherfucker unbuckle the damn belt before you start bending over. He ain't even unbuckled the goddamn button, the top button yet, and you already bending over for him. This is exactly what happened to the Lamar Jackson fans. These motherfuckers bend the fuck over before he even get in the door. Let him unbuckle his goddamn top belt, his button on the damn pants before you start bending over. God damn. Up here doing all this nonsense. Y'all didn't even do this for Mike Vick. Okay. Mike Vick didn't win MVPs. Y'all gonna ride that shit, right? Y'all gonna ride that fucking train until you can't ride that train no more. These guys have had top 10 defenses every fucking year that this dude has been a quarterback, and he hasn't made not one freaking Super Bowl. Are you kidding me? Aaron Rodgers had a top 10 defense and they made it to the Super Bowl. You know one guy that didn't have a top 10 defense and made it to the Super Bowl? Yeah. He's the king, baby. And I'm not talking about the king of the South. I'm talking about King Matty Ice. Made it to a fucking Super Bowl. He did it. He did it to himself. He did it by himself. He did it by himself. He didn't even have to have a goddamn defense. Our defense was ranked 25, and he carried that motherfucking team to a Super Bowl. This Lamar Jackson has had 5. This man, when I tell you this man has had top 10 defenses almost every single year he's been in the league, and hasn't even he barely sniffed the fucking AFC Championship game. What are we talking about? But I'm lame, Sam is lame, K-Style is lame, and anybody who ain't on the radio. The radio host in Baltimore lame because he hasn't gotten this team to a Super Bowl. Are you kidding me, bro? What's there to hate? He should be hating his damn self. He need to be looking in the mirror. Looking in the man in the mirror. Oh, yeah. Look at the man in the mirror. That's what he need to be doing. Looking at the man in the mirror. Don't be looking at Mad Mike and AFN. Don't be looking at Mad Mike Sports 6-Man case. Don't be looking at us. We repeating what we say, okay? We repeating exactly what we see. What we see is him not doing it. Okay? I was off the breast milk at the age of 5 years old. I think. Don't quote me on that. But I was off the titty a long time ago. Y'all ain't. Y'all still on the titty. But let me back that up. You ain't even look. He ain't even unbuckled the first button yet, and y'all already bending over. Yeah, Chris, don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that, Chris. I'm kind of blank right now. But the problem is look, we are repeating what we see. These are what's happening. All right, so let's get this. I'm gonna really break this comment down. And they talk about blah blah blah. They talk about him like he's a complete failure. No, nobody said he's a complete failure. No, he's not a how can you be a complete failure with 2 MVPs? How can you be a complete failure when you got 30 touchdowns and 3 interceptions? He's always been that good, and he's always been a great, efficient quarterback. And that right there is what I admire most about Lamar. He doesn't hurt himself. Outside of fumbling the ball too dang on much, ironically, like Michael Vick, he doesn't turn the ball over. And that's the best part of his game. That he doesn't turn the ball over. If you're looking at a quarterback to be efficient and not hurt himself, well, he does that. That right is what I admire most about Lamar Jackson. Now, I can talk about that elementary high school offense that they're running, and they don't ask him to actually do the things that quarterbacks do, and that's actually, design plays. They asked the quarterback to audible, put these guys in position. This guy is literally out. He's literally there reading off a fucking, okay? This man been in the league 7 years. He still got a goddamn wristband on. Like he in college or something. Like he in high school. He up here reading plays off his fucking wrist. But you trying to tell me that I'm hating. This man reading plays off of his wrist. And we up here talking about he's a quarterback. How many times has Justin Tucker won Ravens since Lamar been out? So many times. Because he's not clutch. And it can change. He can change. This is opportunity. This year is the opportunity to shut me and everybody else up. He got the opportunity. This is the opportunity for him to put his name. Every quarterback has to go through this. Every player has to go through this period, or it's do or die. I'm either going to be a below average guy or overrated, or I'm going to be seen as a legend. Every quarterback. It happened to Tom Brady. It happened to Peyton Manning. It happened to Drew Brees, Matt Ryan. I go on and on and on. Every quarterback has been through this. This is a pivotal point in Lamar Jackson's career right now, where he got to shut up all the naysayers with just one fucking trip to the Super Bowl. That's all everybody asking. Can you do that? Because it's a team accomplishment to actually win the Super Bowl. But if you can just get them there, everything continues. Everything right there halts if he just does that. Nobody cares about his MVPs. We know he can get MVPs. And the MVPs is subjective in my opinion, but that's a whole nother conversation in itself. No, if you speak against Matt Ryan, you are just stupid, not a hater. You just fucking stupid. You can't say nothing about Matt Ryan that he has not done, because he's won every award that a quarterback and damn near can win, except for Super Bowl. Okay, so if you hating on Matt Ryan, you just fucking stupid. You ain't a hater. You just stupid. All right, so which, by the way, exactly where Peyton Manning was throughout his 7-year career. Their playoff stats are eerie similar, which is stupid. That's another dumbass. Look, see, this is people say some of the dumbest shit just to try to defend Lamar. He's putting Peyton Manning and Lamar Jackson in the same boat. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Their playoff stats. Yeah. No, their playoff stats are not the same. It ain't even close. You talking about record, okay? Miss me with the mess. Educate yourself before talking. Done killed. Let me show y'all this right here. Okay, I told you I like stats. Okay, so the top number here is Peyton Manning. And one of the things that I always say is, like, we talk about quarterback play. We're not talking about running around, throwing touchdowns, okay? We're not talking about running around in circles, getting touchdowns, but we're talking about his ability to get the ball in the hands of his playmakers, which is his wide receiver. Lamar Jackson has always been very, very inconsistent in regards to that aspect. This is why, if you look at what he just even stated in the Abe already have it. All right, he stated this in the press conference. I don't care. He pretty much did the exact same thing that Anthony Richardson said. And it's ironically that he said that because this is exactly what I'm talking about. Wide receivers don't want to play with Lamar. Tight ends and running backs. Anybody want to know, like, a wild guess why tight ends and running backs want to play for him? Does anybody know why tight ends want to play with Lamar Jackson, while running backs want to play with Lamar Jackson? Anybody want to take a wild guess? Yeah. Take a wild guess. Wild guess. This is why this happens. And that, again, this is one of the problems. You come out and you said, I don't care how hard I throw the ball. If that ball is next to if it comes to it, and if it comes to the vicinity of a wide receiver, he better catch it. That sounds awfully familiar to somebody who was already saying that. Anthony Richards, y'all remember that? So, in essence, it's happening exactly what we broke down in our live shows. All right, in our live shows, we did a live show breaking this down. His wide receivers, they know he's going to throw that ball 150 miles an hour. No touch. And he's going to try to throw it through your face. These are the things that you have to learn as a quarterback, when to take off a little bit, when to throw it hard, all that type of stuff. Being able to get these guys in position, talk to the wide receivers. Wide receivers are already having an issue with him right now. You ever take a wild guess why they traded for a wide receiver? And if he's such an MVP, if Lamar Jackson is such a great player and a quarterback, why are they still, at this time, why are you adding to it? And you add it to the room and it still ain't helping. He's still passing for 200 yards every game. It's not helping the wide receiver room. You can draft and bring in so many other players, so many other wide receivers, and nothing never happens. It's always everybody else's fault. It's the offensive coordinator's fault because he's not calling the right plays. It's the wide receiver's fault because he's dropping by. Every time something goes wrong, they bring in and they draft another wide receiver, and never fail. It continues to fail. So these are the things when we talk about Lamar Jackson. When you talk about it, he's never threw the ball for 4,000 yards, and this is why trying to put him anywhere near the quarterbacks that he's a quarterback. Lamar Jackson is what I label a Michael Vick. a Cam Newton. You can't put these guys in the position of a quarterback because they are playmakers. Lamar Jackson is probably the greatest playmaker the NFL has ever had. He's not a quarterback. And that's nothing to frown upon. He's not a quarterback. Quarterbacks can get the ball to their wide receivers. He can make guys like a Harry Douglas, like a Russell Gage look so much better than what it is. Name a wide receiver that you can say in all honesty that Lamar Jackson has made a career for, helped boost his career. You can't do it. You can't do it. You can maybe say Hollywood Brown, but Hollywood Brown, he went to call in, got hurt, but he still had a pretty good career. So what did Lamar really do for him? Outside of him, you can't really say any other wide receiver that has gone anywhere else and had a pretty good career. Nah, Walt, you've been a subscriber, but you ain't listening. I literally just said something about, see, and this right here. See, y'all want me to kiss his ass. I'm not kissing nobody's ass. You got to earn that right. What you want? What do you guys want me to say about Lamar Jackson? Waltz, since you're in here, sir, what do you want me to say about him? No, that's not win. No. Because quarterbacks can play awful and you can still win games. See, this is the half-brain ass comments that I be talking about. Quarterbacks can literally have one of the worst games and still win games, but y'all say a quarterback needs to be defined by wins. If that's the case, he's not winning. Let's focus on what we need to do is win. No, sir. Yeah, I literally just said he's the greatest playmaker ever. I said he's one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the history of the game that I've seen. He doesn't turn the ball over. I don't see. They want you to look. They want you to y'all know what you want to do. They want you to bend over backwards for him and not hold him to a status. Isaiah Likely was already a damn good prospect coming out of college, so he didn't make Isaiah Likely. Flowers was a pretty good prospect coming out. Rashad Bateman was a pretty good. We're talking about when he make these guys. Name a Pro Bowl wide receiver that he's had. Not Pro Bowl tight ends, Pro Bowl wide receivers. There's a reason why tight ends and running backs like to play with him. You ever realize why Baltimore always has two things coming out of that? They always have a good tight end, no matter what they do. And this been going back since the early 2000s. They always have great tight ends, and they always have good running backs. That's just the system that they have in Todd Heap. I can go all the way back to Todd Heap, Shannon Sharp. They've always had tight ends. So Lamar Jackson having good tight ends and good running backs is more so of it's more so of how they play ball in Baltimore. I've never heard you say one positive thing about Lamar. Of course I did. Again, you want me to praise a guy. Let me read these stats, okay? Let me just read the yards for him. 3,000 this year, 3,623, 2,222, 2,821, 2,720, and then 19, 3,100. And I'm supposed to be praising this guy for being a great quarterback. Let me say that. Let me read these again, because maybe y'all didn't hear, or maybe you didn't see. No, look, no. I don't give a fuck what you saying. Y'all can suck a man, suck an elephant nut sack off. All right, suck that damn trunk, because this is where the bullshit y'all saying ain't adding up. You say Matt Ryan nothing but stats, but a guy who ain't got the stats don't mean nothing. Man, fuck out of here with that bullshit. Let me read these numbers again, okay? 3,100, 2,700, 2,800, 2,200, 36, and 1. This dude has had 3 seasons of 2,000 yards passing, 2,000 plus yards, and 3 seasons of 3,000. Yeah. This is not something that I made up. I didn't make these passing yards up for Lamar Jackson. And you want me to say that he's a great quarterback? Because he's not. 3 seasons of 2,200 yards rushing and 3 seasons of 3,000. I didn't make this up. Desmond Ridder in his damn career thrown for more than that shit. I didn't make it up, but you want me to say, oh, Mike, stop hating on Lamar. He's doing it to himself. He did it to himself. He's making it easy for me to do this. Desmond Ridder all right, let me show you this right here. This is what's funny. Desmond Ridder, his 2 years of career as a quarterback, Desmond Ridder in his 3 years as a quarterback has thrown for more yards than Lamar Jackson has done in an entire season as a quarterback. Let me say that again, because maybe y'all didn't hear again. Desmond Ridder in his 3 years as a quarterback, okay? In his 3 years as a career, as a backup, as a spot starter, has thrown for more yards in those spotty ass years that Lamar Jackson has thrown in his entire in one season as a quarterback. But I'm supposed to say Lamar Jackson is a great quarterback when a spot starter has more yards than you in a one season. Lamar Jackson threw his highest career, and you see it right here. The evidence is right here. 3,678 yards in 3 years as a spot starter. Desmond Ridder has thrown for more yards than Lamar Jackson did in one fucking year with 3,682. And I'm supposed to be up here hating. I'm hating on this man. You can't make these up. You go looking for yourself. See, we look at stats over here. I'm looking at these numbers. Look at it for yourself. I didn't make this up. All you got to do is put in Google and you can look at it. Look at it for yourself. You see it right here, 3678. I look right here on Google. Okay? Desmond Ridder, in his 3 years as a quarterback, has thrown for more yards in his 3 years as a spot starter than Lamar Jackson has done in one season. But I'm hating. I'm hating this man. I'm making up stuff. I'm the one who's hating. Me, Sam, everybody else who's talking about this guy, people in Baltimore. I'm hating on Lamar Jackson when a guy that is a spot starter has more yards in his career than you have in 1 year. Yeah. Just think about that for a second. He's not one season has he thrown a ball for 4,000 yards. Manning has done that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 times he's done his career. And this man hadn't done one time, but you want me to give him respect for being a quarterback. No, he's not a quarterback. He's a playmaker. He goes in the same category as a Cam Newton and a Michael Vick, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some quarterbacks have the ability to not only be a quarterback, but be a playmaker. Hence, do we have one of the greatest starts to an NFL career of all time? And that right there is Patrick Mahomes. There's only so many people that's been Patrick Mahomes. You probably never see that ever again with Patrick Mahomes. He's just a different fucking breed. You had Desmond Ridder as a better quarterback than Lamar one. No, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Nah, you got me all the way fucked up. See, this is what happened when you hurt their little precious ego about their little precious Lamar Jackson, they start making up lies about you. See, this is the retarded here the retarded question. Here the retarded stuff. So by your logic, really should be in Atlanta MVP. But you can't make this up. Who in the hell ever said about Lamar? Who in the hell ever said Desmond Ridder should be back in Atlanta? Who in the hell ever heard me say that Desmond Ridder should be back in Atlanta? No. See, this is where your comprehension, and this is why you probably need to go back to this. This probably because you're not very good at comprehending. Let me explain this to these slow-mos in here, because their comprehension ain't that great. What these stats signify is that you cannot say Lamar Jackson is a great quarterback because he's not putting up quarterback numbers. Okay, the great quarterbacks throw for more than 4,000. We're talking about 4,000 yards in a season. That's what a great quarterback, elite quarterbacks do. Elite quarterbacks throw for 4,000. That's bare minimum. When you talk about great quarterbacks, to even get into that category, you have to throw for 4,000 yards. He hasn't done that. Okay? And I'm comparing his highest season of passing yards, which is 3678. And comparing it to a guy that's been in the NFL for 3 years as a spot starter. And he has yards as a spot starter in his entire career than Lamar Jackson has had in a full season. But I'm supposed to respect Lamar as a passer. See, that's where your comprehension needs to come into it. Because, I mean, we can't use these big words and all that type of stuff. We can't use stats with y'all because out of wins and oh, he getting paid $50 million. Can't have an action with him. No, you didn't say he was great. Boy, very good, very good. But you speak of him like he's barely better than Bryce Young. No, that's not what I said. No, that's not what I said. You see what I'm saying? You saw this Lamar Jackson try to play this. Look, yeah, look, all this little girly ass gaslighting bullshit. This some punk ass shit that y'all doing. Y'all ain't like some fucking punk. This because him like he be good, and he the worst thing in the world. Ain't nobody said that. When have you heard me say Lamar Jackson is the worst quarterback in the NFL? I'll wait. I will wait. When have you heard me say Lamar Jackson is the worst? When have you said? When have you heard any one of us said that Lamar Jackson is the worst quarterback in the NFL? This is the girly ass gaslighting shit y'all doing. Y'all are like some damn all this gaslighting and shit. Get out of here with that weak ass shit, man. No, you stick to a brain cell, okay? Motherfuckers in your head is fried. Learn how to keep the motherfuckers in your head. And I appreciate you for joining us, but like I said, stick to something. You all over the damn place. Sound like a damn woman. But you speak on him as if he barely, I'm not good enough for you. He's not good enough for you. Ain't that some women ass shit? You sound like a goddamn woman up here talking about he's not good enough for you. Man, get the fuck out of here. That weak ass shit. Nobody said Lamar was the worst quarterback in the fucking league. I literally just said he's the best playmaker in the NFL. I literally just told you he's the most efficient quarterback in the world I've seen. What you want me to do? Do you want me to stand next to you and bend over with you? Cause that ain't happening. We got plenty of women I can bend over for, okay? Y'all want me to bend over for damn Lamar Jackson? It ain't happening. We holding him accountable for the actions that he's yet to occur. So when he does get it, he got nobody got nothing to say about him. You got to perform well in these clutch moments and not lose to the Chiefs, the Patriots. That Patriot, y'all remember that awful Patriot game when he played like absolute crap and then he threw those? Oh, we don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about, oh, he won the MVP. Oh, we want to talk about those types of things. We sound like that when it's worse. You want to show them cheeks, Mike? Nah, look, I ain't got no cheeks, y'all. It's funny that he doesn't get held to elite standards like others. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing, K-Star. They're saying Lamar the greatest because they play with Baltimore on man. I get it. I love playing. Look, I don't know why people, because you want to hold the same standard for every quarterback, but when it comes down, I'm gonna make a declaration right. And it really did me into K-Styles really said this, and we having this conversation last night. But Lamar Jackson fan base are worse than Michael Vick's. At least you can have a conversation with these guys and be realistic. Like Mike Vick wasn't a top passer like that until he went to the Eagles and he got with Andy Reid. But these Lamar Jackson fans, you can show them the proof of him not putting up passing yards, and they'll say, "See, I thought you said he wasn't the quarterback." Well, he ain't. We show you the proof. And as I'm saying, Justin Fields should be a starter in the NFL. Don't believe, but I know he pisses you. No, he don't. Nah, I'm a Georgia fan. I actually do like, and I want the best for Justin Fields also. But he needed to be in the offense like Pittsburgh to kind of come down because he never learned how to go to his progressions. And that right there is why, if you look at what Pittsburgh is doing right now, I told people about that a long time. He hasn't learned how to go through his progressions, and it pisses his wide receivers off. The exact same thing that Lamar Jackson is dealing with. Bro, it's been games where the wide receivers don't even, they barely outside good God almighty. Right on the tip of the tongue, the wide receiver for them right now. Good God almighty. But it's only one guy that even gets the ball in that offense. One wide receiver, they get the ball. That's why George Pickens was pissed off when Justin Fields was the quarterback, because he was open and he wasn't going through his progressions properly when he was open. And this is why George Pickens was so upset. And then you got Russell Wilson out there and he just took off. It's because quarterbacks have to learn how to go progressions and get the ball to the wide receivers, not the tight ends, not the running backs. The running backs and the tight ends are what we call checkdowns and hot routes. Let me say it again. We throw the ball to the tight end and the running back. These are typically hot routes and checkdowns. So these guys are actually I wouldn't say last resort, but oftentimes it's the safety valve for quarterbacks. And wide receivers hate the fact that they're the safety for quarterbacks because they're not going to get the ball. Because a lot of times wide receivers out there running fucking 9 routes and dig routes for no reason because they're not going to get the ball. So that's why wide receivers don't like to play with Lamar. That's why wide receivers don't like to play with certain quarterbacks. With quarterbacks, because a lot of times they're not going to get the ball. And this is exactly what's wrong with the Ravens offense. This is exactly what's wrong with Chicago. This is what's wrong with a lot of mobile quarterbacks. Where wide receivers are pissed off because they're not getting the ball. So I personally believe that, and I've already stated this, I personally believe that Justin does have the skills to do it, but he had to learn how to go through his progressions, which he has not learned it yet. And people mistake Lamar Jackson staying in the pocket for him going through his progressions. He's not. How you notice when a quarterback is going through his progressions is that the wide receivers are getting the ball. When you see wide receivers with 3, 5, 5, 5, 5, that's when you know the quarterback is going through his progressions properly. But with Baltimore, most of their receptions come at tight end and they running backs. Why? Because those are safe valves for him. They ultimately give him a dumbed down, watered version of the passing game because it's safe for him. That's his safe house. But if offensively, the Ravens offense has never really been explosive. Lamar Jackson has been explosive. He's been explosive, but the Ravens offense in itself, as far as the passing game, has never been consistent. It's one of the most boring offenses to watch in the NFL, the Ravens are. Because all they're going to do is run the ball and check the ball down and watch Lamar run. You're not going to see too many deep passes and whatnot. We don't know. We don't know the Ravens had wide receiver. Knowledge the currency. The problem in NFL is too many teams are starting quarterbacks too soon. Oh my God, brother. That right there, I love that comment. We've been saying this for the last 3 years or so. You got to give these guys opportunities to go through that. I love what the Falcons are doing this year, obviously with Mike Penix, but this is something that Green Bay has been doing for years, and that's why they always have good quarterbacks. Who was the best receiver in Baltimore? Nobody know. It don't matter because he ain't gonna throw to him anyway. We watched Kirk throw for 500. Mahomes done that, but Lamar, the GOAT quarterback, though. Yeah, I think Baltimore will be fine if they actually stick to the brand new running the ball brand of running the ball. I mean, that's not necessarily true because that Lamar Jackson and that Ravens team, even going back, like they've always ran the ball and played solid defense. So this isn't anything new. That same formula has failed them. The same formula of running the ball and checking the ball down to the tight ends and hopefully the defense gets stops failed them. So everything that we talking about with Lamar Jackson and Baltimore Ravens brand of football is the very reason why they failed. They've had great defenses. They've stuck the brand that you stake, and they still lost. And we keep telling you the common denominator is Lamar Jackson hasn't stepped his game as a quarterback. When he does that and he learns to get the ball to his makers and make those big time plays when they matter most, this is where Lamar Jackson is going to skyrocket because, like I said, he's one of the quarterback. He don't make mistakes, so he's going to skyrocket if he learns how to be a quarterback in those moments when he needs to be a quarterback and not run around for 15 seconds and then find a wide open guy. Like, that's not quarterback play. That's improvising. Elite quarterbacks make wide receivers, period, point blank. So I appreciate Watts. I appreciate you, brother. Ain't no, like I said, man, we just have good fire, heated up conversations over here. So don't everybody, don't me and everybody and your grandma, oh man, Mike, man, this motherfucker cut me off, man. I hate that. Man, we talking sports, all right. We talking ball. But we can't on one end say this is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and then look at Lamar Jackson. We want to put him in the category when he hasn't done a lot that quarterbacks have done. If you just look at his stats, this man, I think he got like 18,000. Like 18,000. I think he got like 18,000 passing yards or something like that. Hold on, let me see. Don't me on that, but I need to. Yeah, I think it's 18,000 career passing yards. Yep, 18,000 career passing yards. Matt Ryan had that in the first 4 years of his career, something like that. 5-10 years, he already had that. This man, 18,000 career passing yards. Yeah, this ain't me. Not me making this up. I'm not making these numbers up. The numbers speak for itself. You can't call yourself a quarterback if you're not throwing for passing yards. I mean, like what do you guys what in the fuck do you think a quarterback does? Like, you can save me that position bullshit, because it's bullshit. A quarterback is supposed to throw for yards. Matt Ryan has thrown for 62,000 yards in his career, and this man has thrown for 18. He ain't even threw for 20,000 yards yet, and he been in the league for what, 7 years now? 7 years, and he hasn't even crossed the threshold of 20,000. But you want me to believe that he's done this? Let me look up something, because I think I know something else too. Let me, because I think I'm correct on this. Because now this is where it's gonna get interesting. I can't wait to see this. This man is thrown for, I think, 1,000, almost like 1,000 or so more passing yards than Geno Smith. Geno Smith has a career total of 17,000, and Lamar Jackson is thrown for about a couple hundred more than Geno Smith. Just think about that for a second. Yeah. This is true. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Yeah, I can't. No, I don't want to hear that shit. No, don't talk about all systems matter now. I love you, knowledge, but no, don't try to name the subject now. It don't matter what system you in. You shouldn't be passing for less than Geno Smith. No. Yeah, and right there, kid, right there. One of the catalysts for him winning that MVP we talking about, kid, is him actually breaking Michael Vick's rushing season rushing record right there. I mean, jumping around because the quarterback position, this is where comprehension, and y'all got to learn how to understand that the quarterback position ain't just one or two things. The quarterback position is multiple things. So if you can't keep up with it, that's really on you, brother. The quarterback position is one of those positions, is why they get paid $50 million. Lamar Jackson is getting paid $50 million for being a playmaker, not a quarterback. They're not asking him to do quarterback things. They're asking him to be Lamar Jackson. Oh, so Geno got better wide receivers now. My God. You can't make this up, y'all. You cannot make this up. They always go back to, I told y'all about these Lamar Jackson. Look, people are so much, they are Lamar Jackson stands, and they're not even willing to admit that they stands for him. Look, this right here is funny. It's funny because you look at right now, what is your boy, and I hate to do this, Kill, but look what's happening with Baker Mayfield right now. You want to talk about Baker Mayfield? Can we say Baker Mayfield? Because he's been out with his wide receivers for a good little minute. Yeah, Mike Evans actually been hurt, and he's still passing the ball around without those guys. Godwin, those guys were hurt. And they wide receiving core has been in and out with injuries all season long, yet he's still putting up numbers. But we up here making the excuse that the guys that Lamar Jackson see every week ain't good enough. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, y'all. Make it make sense. That man averages 2,500 yards, 71 per season. Yeah. Now we jumping around because a lot of the knowledge and the numbers that we're putting there for Lamar Jackson it's not as dumb as running, touchdowns, and winning. Those three stats that we see over again with Lamar Jackson. We see them running stats, we see the touchdowns, and we see the winning record. Those are the only things y'all even talk about. What most most fans of his all stick to those three things. They never talk about his ability to be a leader, a locker room leader, none of that type. You never hear any of that type of shit when in regards to Lamar Jackson. So again, and I'm gonna end it like this. No, that's not true. What don't you agree with? Before I end it, knowledge. What do you don't agree with? I kind of know what you're gonna say, but go ahead and so I don't put words in your mouth. What don't you agree with? Here we go. Please name one wide receiver. So you said name one wide receiver. He does have one wide receiver on the team. What are you talking about? Matt Ryan literally had nobody on his damn team, and he still threw for 4,000 yards. No wide receiver. All his wide receivers was hurt. The only one he had was Harry Douglas. And now, please name one wide receiver. Oh my God. All right, yeah. You're not even you hope. Now you're trying to blame everybody else except for him. They got two of the best wide receivers. They got two of the best tight ends, dominant tight ends as that Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews, but now all of a sudden he ain't got weapons. Oh my God. Yeah. All right, I'm done with this. Now they about to go blame everybody else and blame the wide receivers now. Do we not know Zay Flowers on that team? It's like you said he don't have one wide receiver. Zay Flowers is that. What are we talking about, bro? What are you doing? Yeah, you all over the place now. You all over the place. So with that being said, I'm not indulging into this because it's the same things with these Lamar Jackson fans. They blame everybody else. They blame the offensive coordinator. They blame the wide receivers. I mean, we literally say the same thing about the MVP or one of the greatest quarterbacks right now with Patrick Mahomes, that he doesn't have wide receivers because he had to trade for them. Yeah, Zay Flowers was a number one pick, another number one pick for wide receivers, but he ain't never had wide receivers. Okay, all right. So with that being said, man, check out tonight the Lady Birds of AFN, Miss Maggie T. Head over to Atlanta Falcons Nation. They're going to talk about the upcoming game, a fan appreciation show. So check them out. Also, we have we actually had a show. We had to move it back. Had to move it up for the heavy hitters. That was the only day that he can get on. That we could get him on. So check him out too. The heavy hitters. We do our interview with Charles is content creator coming on. I have the information for you guys there tonight. But like I said, I appreciate everybody for continuing supporting not only Mad Mike Sports but the brand. And that's all I got to say about that, man. Y'all got to stop. Y'all got to stop. Y'all got to stop. All these first round picks with Lamar Jackson, and y'all still up here blaming everybody else. So with that being said, I'm out, man. Peace.